Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back to Pinky Hooks. I am Shania Lancaster, and I am so glad that you guys could stop on in. I'm pretty sure that you were not expecting another recording so soon, but I really, really was like, I need to throw this one out there before my work week gets too heavy because I am about to start, like, with acquisitions. That's what we do at my job, and I already know it's probably going to be hectic. So I was just like, let me just hurry up and put this idea that I have been carrying along with me for almost over a year and a half, and I just never said anything to anybody because it was just like I kept doubting if anybody would want to do it. But before we go into why I'm making this recording this evening, I would like to say, if you are new to my channel and you're not really sure what's going on here, I couldn't even get it out. This channel is about the love of crocheting, arts and crafts, and a little bit of everything. And so I would like to say welcome. And before we go any further, everyone, please give this video a thumbs up. And, and I'm always thinking about Marie. She was just like, I like it if I actually like it. Marie, Marie, do you want to give it a thumbs up? Well, you got to think about it. All right, Marie, sit tight. Let me know what you think at the end. Anyway, so I have been wanting to do this idea, and it kind of followed along the lines of a crochet along. Now, I have never done a crochet along, and I was just too scared because of the fact that you guys know that I do work. I work full time, and then overtime sometimes. And with a crochet along, I did not want to let you guys down. I understand that's a true commitment. That is a true commitment because you can't say, okay, we're doing a crochet along. It's a 4-week project. And then I get you guys hyped up and we're on the first week and then I'm missing in action because I'm exhausted from, working all week. And I just didn't want to do that. So I have a different type of crochet along. I have had, one or two subscribers reach out and was just like, yeah, you should do a crochet along. Can you do a live one? And I'm just like, first of all, I'm not a fan of live. I really don't like it. I love going to other people's lives. I love it because the responsibility is not on me to be watching Nightbot. I still don't understand the whole theory of Nightbot. I'm like, is it a person or is it just a computer? I don't know. And I know, please don't y'all say anything like, Shar, come on. But I'm serious. I think it's some type of artificial intelligence that monitors. I don't know. It's just too much going on. You need a moderator and a person to kick out trolls, and then there'd be people who don't get along and they be blocking each other in the live chats. It is just too much. That's what I'm saying for me. And not to mention, I feel like I do better in live chat rather than an actual live. You guys know that I have done 2 live, but that was like a state of emergency when I did that live, because I was just like, yeah, anybody who was on the first live that I ever did, y'all know what that was about. So, yeah, I don't want to do that kind of thing. I love doing the live chats when I premiere because it's just chatting. But anyway, let me go back to what I was saying. So, yeah, so I really have this idea. It is a crochet along, but it's just not going to be like a project like when somebody's saying, we're doing a crochet along and we're making a hoodie, when it's a 5-week project. Nope. Not that kind of crochet along. So let me show y'all what I am going to do. Or maybe, I hope, because if y'all come back in the comments and say, I don't want to do that, but I think you will. So here's the thing. I thought it would be a cool idea is if we do what I would like to call a stitch board. Yeah. And if you're saying, Shine, what is a stitch board? Okay. I was hoping y'all would ask me, even though I can't hear you. So I don't have a lot of videos, but I have a few, and they are the older videos where I actually did just a stitch tutorial, right? And so that is showing you like it could be like a basic stitch, or even if it was just like a granny square, which I did do. I think that was the second pinky promise that I did. It could be any kind of stitch. And usually when you're doing a stitch or you're trying to learn a stitch, you are creating what? You are creating a swatch. So a swatch is usually not that big, right? So guess what I thought? So now y'all can see. Ruby was trying to bite this because she was just like, what is this? So I thought, wouldn't this be great if you took a regular, and this is pretty big. So as y'all can see, it's really big. So I'm gonna just put it like this, and I'm trying to stand back. If you just took like a regular foam board, right? Or if you have a cork board. Now I chose a foam board because it's very cheap, you know. And as this one, I guess it's some type of self-adhesive, because I just picked it up from Hobby Lobby tonight and it was in the clearance section for $1.99. And I was just like, oh, I wonder if this, I don't know what this thing is, but it doesn't matter because I won't be using that side, and I probably will just, let me get back up here in the camera. I probably will just peel it off. So this is the way this is going to work. So every time that I did do a stitch tutorial, right, I literally, well, let me take that back. In the very beginning of this channel, I don't even think I have those swatches anymore. I will do the swatches, and then I'm ashamed to say sometimes I will throw it away. And y'all like, you threw out perfectly good yarn, because it was just like a little swatch, y'all. And I was just like, after I did the tutorial, I was just like, it wasn't even a hit. Nobody even watches my stitch tutorials. But then I started saving it because, like I said, I came up with this idea, really, I would say almost 2 years ago. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I remember Barb, when I was first starting trying to grow the channel, and I used to confide in Barb and was just like, I'm not going to make it because I can't put out as quickly as these other YouTube creators do. And she was just like, that's because, you know, they don't work like you do. I mean, they work, but you know what I mean. And I don't want to put anybody down, because some people are retired and some people just, you know, I don't know if they have their own businesses or whatever, but Barb was trying to encourage me. And so what she suggested was, she said, why don't you do like some stitch tutorials? Like, in other words, what she was trying to say is do some short, you know, videos, you know, dealing with crochet. And I was just like, well, how short can they be? And I'm talking about before we got the world got into the shorts, like your TikToks and your shorts and all that. And so I remember starting to do the stitch tutorials, and my stitch tutorials, they are just not like, I always say they're not a hit. You know, I don't really get a lot of views, and I was going to stop doing them altogether, because I figured if I am doing a tutorial, right, like the one that I did last night, technically I am teaching you a stitch. So why in the world would I just do a stitch, you know? But then it dawned on me that, like, I mean, just now, like, I had an epiphany that, okay, Shania, if you want to show someone how to do really, I mean, you really have a desire to show someone how to do something. To me, at this point, it really doesn't matter, you know, how many views or how well it goes over. And I'm being sincere when I say that, you know. I mean, some videos take off, some don't. But it really depends on what I want to get out of it. And if I just want numbers, then I'm going to say, you know, the heck with it. I'm just not doing it. But I actually really enjoyed the feedback that I got last night from the premiere of the blanket that I just completed. And I am here to tell you guys that I am absolutely okay with a small audience. And you know what? If it's intended for it to have all these views, then it'll happen over time. It's not a problem. But getting back to this whole entire theory is that I started saving my stitches, the swatches. I started saving it, like, and I was stuffing them in this box, right? And so basically, like, here is the pinky promise, like when I was showing y'all the granny square. Do y'all remember that? And I was just like, this granny square, and I need to revisit it big time, because it was driving me crazy, right? So the concept is that we do a stitch, you make a swatch. I will provide the tutorial. Once you are done, you will then take a tack pen, or are these called tack pens? You know, this is my little sewing pen, you know, whatever. Take a pen or tack if you want, and then you can make a stitch board. So we're going to pin it. Oh, I hope this board, yeah. Okay. Oh, that pin too long. It went through the board. I think I'll let me get a shorter one. I think y'all see where I'm going with this. Oh, is this shorter? No, that's not shorter. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I think, oh, here's a shorter one. Okay. So, golly, hold on. Wait a minute. Let me adjust the camera, because y'all, I know y'all like, Sharon, we can't see nothing. Don't look at Ruby's blankie back there. So what we're going to do, golly, this isn't working out right, y'all. Okay. So what we're going to do is every time that I want to do one tutorial, stitch tutorial. The goal is to try to do one a week, but you're going to pin your stitch and we're going to label it, right? Like what kind of stitch or what kind of granny square. I'm going to say this is going to have stitches and granny squares, right? So like I did it in 2 different colors, you know. Can y'all see that? This is a horrible recording. Yeah, so I should have been better prepared for this, but I just came home from work and I was just like, yeah, and here's another stitch. Wait a minute, hold on. Look, I'm gonna get it together, y'all. I'm gonna get it together. Hang in there. Y'all just hang in there. Let me get a pen, because I'm about to like get really close up on you guys. Up close and personal. Hold on. Let me get a, oh, here's a short pen. Oh, let's do this one. Y'all remember this one? This is the one called the rondelle stitch. And if you like, I don't remember that, then y'all haven't been paying attention to my videos. Wait a minute. And I might need 2 pens for this, because this was pretty long. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I probably should have had this part done before I started recording, but when in Rome. Hold on. This is horrible. This isn't how it's going to go. Y'all know I'm going to do better quality recording. So you see, do y'all see where I'm going with this? Golly, let me turn the camera around. Okay. Do you see where I'm going with this? Now, of course, it's going to be neater. So now, since y'all seen that, golly, I need a cameraman. I'm my own cameraman. So the goal that I have in mind was like, you know what? Because the goal that I have in mind is to create a reminder of what a stitch looks like. I need to get better on my grammar. Anyway, yeah. The reason why I think this would really be a cool idea is because, yeah, you can look at someone's video and you might be like, yeah, I really like that stitch. But every time that I have done a tutorial, especially with the Caroline latte cakes, and sometimes with other things, you know, or some people just reach out and say, hey, I'm working with this yarn. Do you have, can you think of a stitch? What kind of stitch can I use with this? What can I use with a 3-weight? What can I use with a 1-weight? What can I use with a 7-weight? And the thing about stitches is that everybody has like 1 or 2 that they really like. But a lot of times you will see a really cool stitch and guess what? You forget about it. when the time comes, right? Until something else is created. You're like, dang, why didn't I think of that? Like, so what I'm saying is if we are creating your stitch board, and it's going to be, I mean, if you have the room and you have a hobby room or a crafting room, I think it's a cool idea. It follows the concept of like when you go to Hobby Lobby or even like let me see, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, and you see like the cork boards or like those, what is those, the erase boards with the homemade calendars on them, and you hang it up somewhere. So just think about this. If we create one stitch, like a swatch, right, of a stitch or a granny square, because that's basically, you know, that's what I'm going to combine, right? And then you pin it, right? And you label it. And my stitch board is going to really be pretty because I think I'm going to do like some type of background, or I might just keep it white so I don't confuse the stitches and the colors or whatever. But when you hang it up somewhere and the next time you are saying, well, dang, I want to make a scarf, you know, what stitch am I going to use? I just don't want to use a plain old, you know, back and forth rows of double crochet or whatever. Boom, you got this as a reference. Now, that's where the crochet along idea comes in. No, it will not be live because I don't like doing live. However, the crochet along comes in is because if I can put out one stitch or new granny square, right? Then we can go ahead every time that you do the stitch, you will go ahead and you will pin it on your board, right? And when the board is full, or whenever I stop doing stitch tutorials, or I don't know, you know, or whatever, it may be a never ending, which is pretty cool, right? Like just stitch infinity. So we can just go on until Jesus comes back for us, right? We can go ahead and create this board, and then all of us will always have a reference to refer back to, so that I'm not saying like, I mean, I would rather you just be like, let me just go to Pinky Hooks and look at her old videos. But in the case, I mean, God forbid, what if something happened and you couldn't look at my videos? Like maybe your internet went out, you didn't pay the internet bill, or whatever the case is, you will always have a stitch board. But you will think of me because you're going to be like, Pinky Hooks came up with that idea. Now watch one of y'all go ahead and bust my bubble and be like, oh yeah, so-and-so on that channel did that. We all had fun. I don't want to hear about it. Let's just do it together, Pinky Hooks. So what y'all think about that? And I mean, I have some, you know, like when I finally came up with the idea, I literally, and some of them are really, 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 really tiny because I like, you know, like this is a 1 yarn. Can you see that? That's a size 1. And then, you know, like, ooh, that was one of my favorite stitches. Y'all can't even see it. The textures. Oh my God, I love that. That's called the aligned cobble stitch. Ooh, I love this one. It's great. Yeah, and I think that's all I have, because I would have had way more, but like I said in the very beginning when I was doing stitch tutorials, and I was just like, they don't really seem like they like them. But then now I feel like a dummy because I was like, well, Shine, you was just starting out. You didn't really have a lot of viewers, you know? I mean, #1 fan was Barb, you know? Thank you, Barb. So yeah, so basically like, Barb is still like giving me ideas, you know, and I was just like, what better way? Because technically it is a crochet along. So if I'm putting out one once a week, and stitch tutorials are usually quick, unless it's this crazy granny square, like a complicated granny square like this one, that I still feel like I need to master this one or whatever, then they're usually what, like maybe if I'm doing one stitch, they might be like 10 minutes at the most, right? But y'all know I like to entertain y'all, so the video itself could be longer. But anyway, that's my concept. Yeah, and we could be building stitch boards together, right? And then when your board is filled or whatever, and I'm still going, hopefully, God willing, I'm still going on or whatever, you pick up another board. And so basically what you can do is you can get a cork board, but we all know cork boards are usually framed. So it's going to be a little bit more money. I mean, I priced it at Hobby Lobby tonight, and I think they were like, well, it just depends on what size you get too. You know, like that really big one, it was about as big as this board. I'm going to try to zoom out because you can see that this thing is super duper big. You can see that, right? Yeah. So I think a cork board frame was like, I was seeing stuff like $19.99. Some of them were bigger, like $27.99. But you know, everybody's gonna be like, hey Pinky, you know we're in the middle of high inflation. Don't be coming here with no expensive ideas. So yeah, y'all know me. I went and I just stumbled on this one, and it was $1.99 in the clearance section. I think it had something to do with this paper on the back, or somebody returned, I don't know, but whatever it is, it's going to do the purpose. And when I'm done, if I want to add a little crazy border, you know what? Guess what we could do? Like, yeah, we fill up our stitch board, and then you can actually make your own frame by like crocheting a border and then using fabric glue around the edges, and then you boom, hang it up somewhere. And remember, you got to label your stitches. And I don't know, everybody might want to do something different, but how I'm going to label mine is I'm going to label it like, you know, like get a little sticker or whatever. I don't know. I'm going to work that little detail out. I'm going to say what the stitch is. For me, I might put a number behind the stitch so that I know what size yarn did I use, you know, or whatever. And the cool thing about it is that you can maybe, let's say you do the rondelle. Is this the rondelle? Yeah, the rondelle stitch, right? You can make maybe 3 swatches and just label it like the rondelle stitch. This is done in a 3-ply. This one was done in a 1-ply. This one was done with a chunky. This one was done with, I don't know, simply Caron. Like, you can basically customize your own stitch board. I will provide the stitch tutorials, but then it's up to you. You can do whatever. You know, you can make like the same stitch, but be like, I just want to see what it will look like in black. I want to see what it will look like in white. I promise you, because as you guys already know, that you can do a stitch, the same stitch, the same weight of the yarn, but depending on who the maker of the yarn is, like if it's soft and sleek, you know, with Hobby Lobby, their yarn bee, or if it's Crazy Red Heart, you know, the stitch will have a different look every single time. Now, I crochet. So anybody who's watching this and you just happen to watch my channel because you like it, but you knit, I'm sorry, I can't do a knit because I don't knit. However, I am going to suggest, if there is anybody who is subscribed to my channel that have a channel of their own, and I'm just going to call somebody's name right off the top of my head because the word is in their name, Lisa Knits. Okay, so Lisa Knits, she knows how to both knit and crochet. So Lisa, what do you think about this idea? Maybe on your channel, since you do know how to knit, maybe you would like to suggest, hey, let's make, see, haha, you like how I you know, you see how I'm up here networking in the community? Yeah, I'm trying to be a team player because they say I'm not a team player at work. Okay, shy and focus. Don't worry about the people at work. Don't worry about the people at work. Yeah, so that's my big thing. What do y'all think about this idea? Y'all gotta let me know. I think it's a fab idea. And if y'all be like, I guess I'll just make my own board. You know what? I'm still gonna make my own board because if I ever teach y'all a stitch, I feel funny. Because I would teach the stitch on the video and then I turn off the camera and I'll be like, now what am I supposed to do with this? You know, and I used to throw them away and then I was like, wait, I'm throwing away yarn. Sometimes I will pull the yarn out and just attach it to the next project, but no. So yeah, I am so excited. I can't wait to see what y'all say in the comments below. And if y'all have any other suggestions, you know, yeah, feel free. Tell me all about them. And if y'all saying, when we going to start? Let's see. Good question. I would like to start this weekend because I actually seen a stitch, and I think it's more so, I think we might be starting off with a granny square. I'm not really sure. But yeah, tell me what y'all think. I am so excited. I feel like y'all might like it. But anyway, so yeah, that's this video. That's all it was about. It was just me up here sharing my ideas, my dreams, you know, with you guys. I have to take these pins out because that's the other thing. So I'm going to say this. Keep in mind, you see how this is a foam board, but I want you to see how thick this is. So basically, I was poking myself with those pins. I was poking myself with those pins because they literally had came all the way through. So I think rather than use like those kinds of pins, like I think I really need to get some tacks. I think tacks would be better, like, the short tacks, that you do put in a cork board. But yeah, that's my idea, y'all. So that's all I wanted to say. I hope you guys have had a great Tuesday. And with that said, because as you can see, I'm still in my work clothes. I literally came home to hurry up and push record. I need to eat dinner and just get back to some of my projects, but I look forward to seeing what you guys think about this. So again, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, until next time. Why do I always think that I'm leaving out something? I'm not editing this. This don't need no fancy smancy designs because it was just a suggestion or whatever. All right, because Ruby she keeps eyeing this board because she's like, "Ooh, I can't wait so I can bite the edges." All right. So again, thank you for stopping by, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Bye-bye.